Hi, Dr. Nir Goren. Good day, and thank you so much for joining me. I'd
Hi,
like to,
Samantha.
I'd like to ask you to tell me a bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure. So I'm a neuroscientist. I'm a researcher in the domain of neurophysiology. My background includes academic work, and mainly for the last few years, I'm working with startup companies that develop brain monitoring devices. And so I'm combining both academy and industry.
Yeah, very,
I
very
live in it. I
inspiring.
live in Israel. I have a family, uh, three kids,
Hmm. Hmm.
and a dog and a cat.
And tell me, we've known each other for quite a bit.
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think we started back in something like 12 or 13 years ago already. Before I decided when I wanted to take off to study for a PhD in the UK. So I was based in Israel, and I was struggling with how to do this big mission of taking all family and move to another place, a strange place, and start a big thing.
yeah,
And I think it was a friend who recommended you. So I trusted him, and I'm thankful ever since.
yeah. So what year was that? Was that in 2000 and do you remember before
It,
what year did you go to the
yeah,
UK?
I went there 2012, but I think we started working together about a year and a half before, because
Right.
all the
Right.
process of applications and submissions, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
I think back in 2010, I think this is
mm-hmm,
when we started.
mm-hmm,
If I
mm-hmm.
recall.
Yeah. 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 Wow, that's fantastic. So we've known each other for a while, which has been an absolute honor to see you journey through your career. So, do you want to take me through a little bit of these transition points? As you moved through different transition points in your career, we met at different times.
Yeah, that's correct. I think we're meeting every time I'm facing some kind of a junction or a transition, as you call it, and I always get back to consult with you. So we've been on and off for this time, like yeah, nearly 14 years maybe. Now that I combine all this, and every time I'm facing something I'm not sure about, or I feel insecure about, and I'm not sure how to do that, and if I should, or if I could, if I can do that. So the first one we went through was that transition of taking the decision to apply for a PhD in another country in a very high or good reputation university, which was something I'm not sure I could um, make it. And I think that was the first one. And later on, I can recall at least two big ones. One is when we came back from the UK, and I was towards submitting my thesis, and I needed to decide what type of work or industry I should blend into. And this was a big thing, and I was quite insecure of what I should do or what are my core capabilities were. And I think the very recent one was when I was already working for a startup that I was a part of actually, and wanted to move to the next level and do the next step. And this was also a big thing for me, considering supporting a family and the ever changing or ever declining economical status or atmosphere here in Israel. I think that was very recent. So I can I can point out at least 3 big ones that we've been through together.
Yeah, I've coached quite a few CTOs in startups, partners, founders, and it's it's quite a hectic business to be in. Fast changes all the time. It looks much pinker, I don't know, much more lovely on the outside for people looking in than what it is on the inside of working for a startup. Absolutely. I wanted you to maybe share something about what surprised you about my approach or the coaching sessions.
Well, I think it's still surprising me every time. I think that the most surprising thing is every time I think I already exhausted my thinking and already been through all the roots inside my head and my soul, and I keep being surprised in that you open new doors for me so I can go there and explore and maybe look at things differently. So this is always a surprise, and you're doing it well. So I think this is the main reason I keep consulting with you, because I know whenever I'm stuck, there will be a door that you could help me open in my mind, and this is very helpful. This is a very helpful exercise and help, and I can honestly say that I'm not sure I've done it without you. So
Yeah, that's one of the things I love about coaching is when you're working with somebody like you, where there's trust in the space, the sky's the limit to how we can access new ideas, new areas, tap into higher wisdom, I like to call it. Yeah.
it's, I think the combination of um, the coacher is you in this case, and client, which is me in this case. The combination is one and one that creates more than two in a way that you can move forward. This is how I think about it. Every
Thank you.
time I feel inside that that's the time I need to call Samantha again.
So we move into me asking you a little bit about my coaching style and maybe strengths. Anything else you want to add?
Well, I think you touched it when you said there's a confidence in the air. So between us, there's a secure space, safe space when I know that I can bring myself as is at that point, which is sometimes low, and I'm feeling free. So I don't need to hide wherever I am. Even if it's the repeatiest or the everlasting thought that came over and over again, I can share it with you, and that's I think that's very, very helpful.
Yeah. You're naming something that I really appreciate about coaching is and what I bring into the space is this belief in you, and how the coaching is a place to actually say, I want to move forward. And so looking ahead and seeing how we can create something, something sometimes new, something more, something great together.
Oh, definitely. And I would add to that this is my forward. I mean, when I'm coming to you and with the notion that I want to move forward, it's always going back with it to the basic question of what are my values are. I mean, what's important to me, not what considers success to someone else or to the world or whatever, to my industry. And this is very, very assuring for me, because I'm moving forward every time with you to the place is important for me. And I think that one of the things I like working with you best, because it's always back to my core values. And sometimes I lose them, I forget about them. It's been years since I've touched that. And yeah, moving forward is not always the forward that someone else is seeing. It's what's forward for me. Yeah. And I would say that your coaching style is, it's very calm, it's very containing. Um, we've touched that it's very um, very easy to me to approach you, and I know it's gonna be okay. You're not gonna never show your back to me, or you're never gonna say now you're saying that, you say that's bullshit. That's, come on. It's always okay, and for me, it's the perfect style because it's very helpful to me to reconnect and trust.
No judgment.
No judgment. No. And you're absolutely right. Sometimes I forget how much I should trust myself, and the confidence you have is reflecting on me, and it's contagious. So it's very helpful. Yeah.
I have goosebumps. One of the things that we learn as a coach early on, that takes time, you know, I've been coaching for, I don't know, about 15 years or so, is you need to believe in the client more than the client believes in themselves.
Oh, in this case, it's absolutely true.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, and it needs to be authentic, right? Yeah, you feel it. You feel that I believe in
Yeah,
you.
I think if you don't feel it, you're not going back. You're not continuing. That goes without saying. Yeah, it's genuine. So it's like finding the right therapist. It's like finding the right doctor for you, or the right, I don't know, any other thing that you're you know building your life with. So it's one of the building blocks that you. Yeah.
So I have a specific question around mindfulness.
Okay.
Over the last couple of years, which has been more this time around that we've been coaching, I've been using a lot of mindfulness in the session. So what I do is I drop in and have like a mindfulness inquiry. And I do that because, you know, the mind thinks 900 words a minute compared to talking 150 words a minute. So you can get so much more out of the session. And I like to think again that we tap into like a higher place where you can access things, as you said, thinking that you thought you'd exhausted. So do you want to share anything with somebody that's listening around, you know, your experience of like a mindful inquiry or mindfulness meditation that we've done?
Yeah, I think I'd like to say two things about it. One is that I wish I would myself do it every day more in practice, because it's very helpful. And you keep bringing it in without me remembering that we did that last time. So that's on me, but it's very helpful thanks to you. And the way you do that, so that's the second thing. The way you do that is it's not too much. It's not over, not a burden. It's not something that comes with a heavy theory, or disconnected with everyday lifestyle. So it's very, very easy to do. It's you're breaking it down to very short breaks, and you can combine it easily in everyday life. Even the busiest of managers, of workers, or whatever, programmers, can do that. And every time I do remember to do that, even if it's in my car or in my office, it's extremely helpful. Yeah, it's it's very useful tool and very easy one to practice, and it's not a big thing. I'm not very mindful, let's say it. I'm not practicing mindfulness in my every minute in my life, not at all. I wish I would, but I'm not. But when I do that, it's a very powerful tool.
Mm-hmm. Thank you,
I feel
Nir.
that you have a very short question, and I'm talking too much. So if you need
No.
me to concise it,
Mm.
just let me know.
Yeah, so I want to ask you before we finish today, what is something that you'd like to share with somebody listening that is maybe interested in working with me?
I think that if you feel that you need a companion to go through your journey without judging you, and just someone you can trust and make the next step, don't hesitate, because for me it was a life changer. And I would highly recommend just to experience this. If it doesn't work, you can always say bye. And I deeply recommend give a call to Samantha. Yeah, definitely.
Dr. Nir Goren, I would like to wish you such luck. I know you just started something new again, and
That's correct.
you're working in your passion now. And again, I've got goosebumps. So I want to wish you all the best. May this be an amazing 2024. May we have the courage and the strength to, to push through all the adversities that come our way and to make this world a better place.
Amen, amen, Samantha. And I would like to one more time say a big thank you for bearing in me and coaching me and traveling the travel with me. Many, many
Thank
thanks.
you. Thank you, Nir. Bye-bye for now.
Bye bye.